Billboard winners, Grammy nominated, the most liked picture ever on Twitter in 2018, 2 sellout shows at Wembley Stadium. But how come no one's ever heard of BTS? I mean, I have, some of my friends have, but they seem to be really, really niche. And I want to ask Londoners why they've been dubbed the biggest boy band in the world that no one's ever heard of. Have you ever heard of a band called BTS?
No.
Have you ever heard of a band called BTS?
Yes.
You have? Okay, how have you heard of them?
I used to like them, but now
What do you mean you used to like them?
I don't like it anymore.
I'm offended. Can I ask you, have you heard of a band called BTS?
No.
No. If I was to tell you that they're the biggest boy band in the world right now, would you believe me? Have you ever heard of a band called BTS?
Yes.
Where have you heard of them and how?
I've weirdly heard them in work. There's a girl that's obsessed with them.
Have you ever heard of a band called BTS?
Yeah,
You have. Where have you heard of them? And how?
off Twitter, like tons of their fans.
They have an insane fan base, right? Do you know what their fan base is called?
No.
So it's called ARMY. They're nuts. I'm one of them. Are you into K-pop at all?
K-pop?
K-pop.
I don't think so.
Do you know anything about K-pop? Is there anything that springs to mind when I say that word to you?
No.
Hello, can I ask you, have you ever heard of a band called BTS?
Yeah,
You have? What do you know about them?
they're Korean.
Yes, he knows! How have you heard about them?
I don't know, just through people, I guess.
Guys, who over there likes BTS? I've been told that one of you does and one of you has to own up. And they just get no media coverage. They're not played on the radio, they're not interviewed on... Actually, they were on... Do you watch Graham Norton on Fridays? Do you know Graham Norton? They were on there. That's where my obsession began.
No, yeah.
You can say other words.
yeah.
They've been dubbed the biggest boy band in the world, right? Would you agree with that?
First, for me, One Direction.
We have a directioner. We have a directioner. Do you know any of their songs?
No.
No, okay. I just want to find out how they've been dubbed the biggest boy band in the world that no one has ever heard of. Like, they're huge. They've got like 19 million followers on Twitter, but I've asked loads of people today and no one's heard of them. Don't you think that's weird?
Yeah, to say they're like so big that no one in like England's heard of them, you think some people would have.
Right? Like, at least like 7 people today, but there's more people that have said no than yes. Okay, what would you say if I was to tell you that they are the biggest boy band in the world right now?
I wouldn't be surprised. There's not many other boy bands now.
I'm trying to think of like at least 2 other boy bands that are relevant right now.
That's right.
They take up 90% of my thought processes. Could you tell me any other boy bands that are relevant right now?
No, I don't think so.
So they've been dubbed the biggest boy band in the world that no one's ever heard of. So they're huge. I mean, they got Grammy nominated last year. They've won Billboard awards, and they've sold out Wembley twice in like 90 minutes. But no one in London has heard of who they are, and I'm just trying to find out why the hell that is, really.
I don't know, I guess because they're a Korean boy band.
Bit niche.
Yeah.
It's weird because we don't see much advertisement. Like,
There's no media coverage of them.
no, on YouTube or like, these ads on Spotify and Instagram. I never seen anything.
Why do you think? Because they sing in Korean as well, with sprinklings of sort of English lyrics in there too. But do you think that's why they don't have any media coverage? Because they sing in another language?
Probably.
Do your friends like BTS?
Some of them.
So their online presence is huge. I think it's quite niche in that if you're a fan, so they have a fan base called ARMY. If you know, they're literally called ARMY. If you know who they are, then you do. But if you don't, then you don't. They're very big in obviously what they do. Can I just show you a BTS video, and I would like to know what you think. So this video has had, in 7 months, 413 million views. So this video has had 413 million views in 7 months. It's casual.
Can't call me artist, can't call me idol. 아님 어떤 다른 뭐라 해도 I don't care. I'm proud.
the dance moves so far? It's very colourful, isn't it? Have you seen this before, this one? You have. What do you think of it?
I really like it.
It's there's a shark in it at some point as well. It gets really intense.
Sick. It's quite colourful, isn't it?
It's very colourful. They have insane budgets for these music videos.
Yeah.
This reminds me like
He's stumped for words, really. Marcus has no words.
One of my friends, Kiwi, she's got an Instagram page about it. She's obsessed.
More obsessed than me. I'm nearly 30 years old and I'm like literally there in my life.
She's actually learning Korean on her own so she can move there.
I'm going in the summer. I need to be friends with your friend. How old is she?
She's 53.
That's fine. It's quite something the first time you see it. I was completely gobsmacked the first time I watched this. It's a lot of colours. Talk to me what
so much going on.
Do you think it matters that they don't speak English in any of their songs? Do you think it can still reach global audiences?
Well, because the music is quite catchy.
It's super catchy.
Yeah. And also the fashion is like quite different.
Fashion's
Like Europe style. It's like all kind of Asian. Yeah.
I tried to learn this dance. It's really hard. I hurt my back actually.
No wonder.
Their clothing is amazing.
Mate, no wonder they sold out Wembley. I understand why it's sold out, why it's like a big phenomenon.
Their fan base is called ARMY, A-R-M-Y. Now, if you're a member of ARMY, which I am, shameless, you have a thing called a bias. Now, your bias is your favourite member. You know, when you used to like bands when you were younger, you'd always have your favourite member. So your bias is your favourite member, and then you have your sort of second favourite, which is called your bias wrecker, which kind of ruins your first, which ruins your bias. So if you were to look at this picture, this is them at the Grammys this year. Is there any one of them that you're instantly like, oh my god, love his hair, love his face, love his vibe? That one, June, that's Mr. Worldwide Handsome himself. He would be super happy about that. Then you have to pick a second one, who's your bias wrecker, who kind of ruins your passion for Worldwide Handsome.
The green one?
The green one. Everyone's loving Tay Tay today, and I'm really happy about that. When you were a fan of BTS, who was your bias?
V.
High five to V. We have he's mine. Did you have a bias wrecker? It was the one that ruined your special feelings for V. Is there one that so my bias wrecker was Jungkook because
Jimin?
Jimin's your bias wrecker. Okay, nice. That's a good choice. So, okay, was there any of them there that you're thinking that's your favourite? So is any of them your bias?
Probably the grey-haired one.
Which one's that? Can you tell me which one the grey-haired one is?
I can't remember.
Tay, no, you need to know they change their hair colour literally every 5 minutes. So I think your bias is Tay or Sugar. Yeah.
Are you asking about
that one?
Just about BTS, I'm afraid.
Where's the Ariana Grande stand?
Sorry, darling. Your favourite member is called your bias, and then you have your second favourite, which is called your bias wrecker. So if I just show you this picture, this is them at the Grammys this year. Is there one that you would say, yeah, quite fancy him? Wouldn't mind a piece of him?
Not really.
None of them? Not even the one like with the green hair?
It's got funky hair. I like
Yeah,
You like the hair?
Yeah.
But you're not like core?
No.
What about this picture? Still no, just not for you. Do you have boyfriends?
Yeah.
You do? You're very lucky. I don't.
That blue hair is probably the purple haired.
So Jimin's your bias wrecker? Jimin is the king of bias wreckers, honestly.
I'll say this one is my favorite.
He's my bias too! He's called Tay Tay or V.
And this one.
Which one? Him?
Yeah.
He's your bias wrecker. So Jin is his bias wrecker. So we've made our way to East London, hipster central, and I'm on my pilgrimage to find the BTS mural because hopefully it's as good as it is in the Instagram pictures. So we've arrived to where the mural I think was, and it's not here as you can see, which is kind of traumatizing. I don't really know what to say, but I I wish we'd got here sooner, to be honest. There was a big mural here at the end of last year, and then they did another one. So there's a big one end of October last year for when they played the O2, and they just put another one up, I think February, March, which has disappeared. I have no effing idea where it's gone, but I'm really, really devastated. So we've scoured the streets of London, and yes, London have heard of BTS. They shouldn't have been dubbed the biggest boy band in the world that no one's ever heard of, because it's just not true. They have a huge online presence, which I think is where a lot of their fandom is based. Definitely teenagers. They're much more global. They have a huge global reach, which is what social media has done now to music, which I think is fantastic. Probably not, they're not quite household names just yet, like One Direction were. I think it's happening, and due to the fact that they just had their comeback, yay, and this collaboration they did with Halsey was huge, and it broke a lot of YouTube records. It's the most viewed video in 24 hours ever, with like 74.6 million views. Just really amazing that this is happening for a K-pop band, first K-pop band to break so many records, which is just, they smashed it basically. Well done, boys, keep on going, we love you.